Hello students and welcome to your English language class. Today in this class we'll be taking up yet another fiction from your literature book, and the title of this fiction is The Bond of Love, written by Kenneth Anderson. Now, talking about the author, Kenneth Anderson was an Indian-born British writer and hunter who wrote books about his adventures in the jungles of South India. Anderson's style of writing is descriptive as he talks about his adventures with wild animals. While most stories are about hunting tigers and leopards, particularly man-eaters, he includes chapters on his first-hand encounters with elephants, bison, and bears. And this is a story of love and friendship between an animal and a human being. That's why it has been named The Bond of Love. And Kenneth Anderson gives a beautiful description of how a baby sloth bear receives care and love from a woman and so finds itself attached to her beyond its nature to do so. It cannot bear separation from its benefactor and expresses its delight when it is reunited with her. Okay. And the author comments that even animals reciprocate love and compassion, and they too can remember things like human beings. So let us start reading from the text. Can there be love and friendship between human beings and wild animals? Yes, we have seen many examples, and we can say that there can be love and friendship between human beings and wild animals. Let's read a fascinating account of an orphaned sloth bear. Sloth bear are basically bears who are quite lazy in their nature and they walk very slowly. That was rescued by the author. So this is basically it's a story of an orphaned sloth bear, okay, which was rescued by the author. Sloth bears inhabit forested areas, included the tropical rainforests of India and grasslands at lower elevations. Sloth bears have very shaggy hair and long muzzles. Muzzle is basically the protruding part of an animal's head, which includes the nose, mouth, and jaws. Basically, the bear's snout. Okay. Using their claws to dig, they can then use their lips to form a tube which can go deep into the ground or into hard to reach areas like dead trees for their food. Their main food is termites. Okay. और जिसको हिंदी में दीमक कहते हैं ना, आपने देखी भी होगी घरों में दीमक लगी रहती है. So it's their main food. You can hear them suck up their food from several feet away. Okay, so the protruding part of their face, okay, the snout, they can use it like a tube and they can suck up their food from quite a distance. Okay, and you can look at the picture and you can make out that how he can use its mouth or the snout to suck up the food. Now, okay. I will begin with Bruno, my wife's pet sloth bear. I got him for her by accident. 2 years ago, we were passing through the sugarcane fields near Mysore. People were driving away the wild pigs from the fields by shooting at them. Now, the author was passing through the sugarcane fields near Mysore in Karnataka. And there he saw that some people were driving away the wild pigs from the fields because otherwise the wild pigs will ruin the crop. Okay, so they were driving away the wild pigs by shooting at them. Some were shot and some escaped. We thought that everything was over when suddenly a black sloth bear came out panting in the hot sun. Okay, it was panting, you know, जैसे you must have seen dogs. They they just stick out their tongues and they breathe very heavily. Okay, so that is panting, and uh, it just came out from nowhere, this black sloth bear, and it was charging at them. Now, I will not shoot a sloth bear wantonly. Okay. The author is saying that he wouldn't do such a thing of shooting a sloth bear without any cause, without any reason. But unfortunately for the poor beast, one of my companions did not feel that way about it. Okay, the author didn't want to shoot the sloth bear, but one of his companions had a different approach, and he just shot that sloth bear and promptly shot the bear on the spot. As we watched the fallen animal, we were surprised to see that the black fur on its back moved and left the prostrate body. ओके अब जैसे ही उसको गोली लगती है जो ब्लैक स्लॉथ बेयर है, तो इट जस्ट फॉल्स ऑन द ग्राउंड फेसिंग डाउनवर्ड्स. ओके, और तभी क्या होता है, ऐसे लगता है जैसे कि एक छोटा सा ब्लैक फर जो है वो उसकी जो अपसाइड मतलब जो फेसिंग डाउनवर्ड उसकी जो बॉडी पड़ी हुई थी उसमें से एक ब्लैक फर छोटा सा निकल कर अलग हो गया उससे. देन वी सॉ इट वॉज अ baby bear that had been riding on its mother's back. Actually, it was a mother sloth bear, and it was the baby bear was riding on its mother's back. And when the sudden shot had killed her, the little creature ran around its prostrate parent, making a pitiful noise. और जब वो छोटा सा जो टाइनी क्रीचर था, जो छोटा सा बेबी बेयर था, जब वो उससे उसकी मदर को शॉट कर दिया गया, the mother was killed and it was just the body was lying on the ground. So this tiny little creature, this tiny little baby bear was just circling around the dead body of its parent. I ran up to it to attempt a capture. Okay, now the author just tried to grab it. Okay, maybe out of sympathy or out of pity, it scooted into the sugarcane field. Scooted means ran away. It just escaped into the sugarcane field. Following it with my companions, I was at last able to grab it by the scruff. Scruff means back of its neck, while it snapped and tried to scratch me with its long hooked claws. Now, the author was quite anxious and it was quite concerned about the baby bear, so it just followed with some of his companions, and finally he grabbed the baby bear by the neck of it, the back of its neck, and the baby bear was trying to escape, and it was scratching the author with its long hooked claws. Okay, his pointed claws. We put it in one of the gunny bags. Gunny bags means jute sacks जो होते हैं ना, बड़े बड़े जो बोरे होते हैं जूट के. So they were trying to put it in one of the gunny bags we had brought, and when I got back to Bangalore, I duly presented it to my wife. अब वो छोटे से बेबी को उन्होंने एक गनी बैग के अंदर रखा और they got it to Bangalore, and there the author presented it to his wife. Okay. She was delighted. Okay, so the author's wife was quite happy and she was quite delighted to get this present. She at once put a colored ribbon around its neck, and after discovering the cub was a boy, she christened it Bruno, or she named it Bruno. Okay. Bruno soon took to drinking milk from a bottle. It was but a step further, and within a very few days it started eating and drinking everything else. And everything is the right word, for he ate porridge made from any ingredients, vegetables, fruit, nuts, meat, especially pork, curry, and rice, regardless of condiments. Condiments mean spices and chilies. Bread, eggs, chocolates, sweets, puddings, ice cream, etc., etc., etc. And so this bear was quite a foodie, and whatever was given to him, he used to finish it off very quickly. Okay. As for drink, milk, tea, coffee, lime juice, aerated water, buttermilk, beer, alcoholic liquor, and in fact anything liquid. It all went down with relish. He used to enjoy all that was given to him. Okay, irrespective of the fact that whether it's spicy or whether it's an alcoholic beverage or whatever you give him, he'll just finish it off. Okay. The bear became very attached to our two Alsatian dogs and to all the children of the tenants living in our bungalow. So he was quite very friendly and he became attached to the dogs of the house and also to the tenants' children. He was left quite free in his younger days and spent his time in playing, running into the kitchen, and going to sleep in our beds. So they were treating him like a pet. Okay, like you have a dog or a cat in the house, just like that. And the sloth bear was given the treatment of a pet dog. One day, an accident befell him. I put down poison, barium carbonate, to kill the rats and mice that had got into my library. Okay, so what happened one day accidentally? The author, he kept some poison for the rats and mice that might be ruining all his books in the library. So actually, he kept that poison for the rats and mice. But Bruno entered the library as he often did, and he ate some of the poison. So accidentally, he thought it is something eatable, and he just gulped it. Paralysis set in to the extent that he could not stand on his feet. अब वो जैसे ही उसने बेरियम कार्बोनेट कंज्यूम किया आफ्टर दैट एकदम उसको पैरालिसिस स्ट्रोक वो हो गया and he was not able to stand on his feet. But he dragged himself on his stumps to my wife. Okay. वो किसी तरह से अपने आप को ड्रैग करते हुए ऑथर की वाइफ के पास तक लेकर आता है हु कॉल्ड मी और ऑथर की वाइफ जो है फाइनली ऑथर को कॉल करती है आई गेस व्हाट हैड हैपेंड. ओके और ऑथर जो है वो देखते ही समझ जाता है कि मे बी ही हैड एक्सीडेंटली कंज्यूम्ड द पॉइजन. ऑफ आई रश्ड इन द कार टू द वेट्स रेसिडेंस. जो वहाँ पे कोई वेटरनरी डॉक्टर होगा तो वहाँ पे उसके रेसिडेंस पे जो ऑथर है ब्रूनो को लेकर जाते हैं. अ केस ऑफ पॉइजनिंग टेम बियर. इट्स अ पेट बियर बेरियम कार्बोनेट व्हाट टू डू. सो वो जल्दी जल्दी सारा केस जो है फटाफट उनको बताते हैं दैट इट्स अ केस ऑफ पॉइजनिंग एंड इट्स अ पेट बियर and he has consumed barium carbonate. What needs to be done? What is the anecdote? What's the antidote for that? Okay, so okay, I hope you've understood till now. So just read this chapter and we'll continue reading this chapter in the next class. Okay, thank you for watching this video.